This is This Week in SaaS, a tiny little video where a normal-sized woman tells you what happened this week in SaaS. I'm Jenny Gartwa. You know when you're on Slack, messaging your work bestie, talking shit on your boss, and you get that feeling in the back of your neck and you think, wait, they can't read this, right? Well, it turns out Slack can. And they're keeping everything you write, but they pinky promise they're not reading any of it. This week, Slack got some flack for using your data in their stack, for training their AI and giving it feedback, which I think is whack. According to Slack's policy, they have unfettered access to customer data like messages, content, files, and they can use it to train their models. After all, Slack stands for Searchable Log of All Conversations and Knowledge. It's in the name. They've been telling us all along. And even though Slack claims it's not using your data to train its models, its privacy policy explicitly allows analyzing customer data. Even worse, this policy isn't something you have to opt into. You already are. You have to explicitly opt out via email. Well, that's not shady at all, Slack. It's like if your landlord just walked into your apartment whenever they felt like it without your knowledge and took pictures of all of your things under the guise of seeing how their tenants utilize their space. Well, they have a key, and you never explicitly told them not to, so what's the big deal? I'll tell you what's wrong with it. It's creepy. What groundbreaking AI features is Slack gonna come out with that justifies me losing my privacy? Oh, is it gonna autocomplete my sentences? Or recommend what channels I should join? Whoop-de-doo. Let's all bow down to LLMs that are nothing more than just glorified clippies. It's not worth it for me, even for the slight chance it auto-completes my API keys. Slack tried to reassure their customers in a blog post following the outrage, explaining that it does not use customer data to train its AI models. I love the idea of Slack addressing something so major in a blog post. All your questions about your company's sensitive data can be found on my live journal, next to entries of my original poetry and Harry Potter fanfiction. Gerge Oras, an engineer and writer, is urging companies to opt out until the policy is clarified. He writes, "I'll believe this policy when it's in their policy. A blog post is not the privacy policy. Every serious company knows that." Shots fired. Are you gonna opt out? Are we being too cautious? Put it in the comments. That was This Week in SaaS. Tune in next week for next week's This Week in SaaS.